Okay, we just got back from the paint store. I was going to paint it out here, like I said before. But if you look, see all those little specks all over everything? This is from sitting out here one day. That's pollen. And it's pollen in the air, so I can't paint out here. So I'm going to rig up a place in my shop. I'm going to have to paint in the shop. I can't paint out here. It'll totally destroy everything. That ain't gonna happen. I talked to the guy at the paint shop. Remember I said this had a coating on it? See the little paper it's got on it? Okay. He said do not paint over that. He said what it can do is, he said it can soak through this plastic and stain the headlights. So I'm glad I talked to him about that. He said, oh no, he said don't do that. He said don't, he said if you leave the lights on, mask it off and cover it with a good paper or tape or whatever, and cover your lights. There's 2 3/8 bolts at the top. All you do is open the hood, you take those bolts out, and the lights will come right out. So I'm gonna pull the lights. Now I didn't put the fog lights in. Wait, and of course the grill's not in. I'm gonna do that after it's painted. So we're gonna pull those lights, and we're gonna prepare this surface like I was telling you earlier. Okay. Now I'm gonna go look and see the paint and show you the paint that we got in and the cost. The cost is Heart Attack City. But anyway, this is the paint right here. That's the paint there. Now you're gonna have a clear coat over this. Okay, so it's gonna be look a little different. Now this is the paint for here. To me, this looks great. Okay, it looks great. On the can, it looks great. This is a brown. Okay. So we're gonna see after I paint it if it's not right. I have 72 hours. In other words, if I was to paint, let's say I was to paint this to the top part, is going to be the brown. If I was to paint the top part, and let's say I say brown. It's actually yeah, brown. But if I paint the brown and it's not right and it looks bad, I can run back to over there. I got 72 hours before I can recoat it without resanding it, scuffing it up, which is no big deal. You're not looking at a lot of area to scuff up. But I can run back over to the paint shop and get some more paint if it's not right. Okay. So this a little bit of paint here. Okay. This is 1 pint. Okay. This is half a can. This is half a pint. All right. This is to do the top part, the brown. Half a pint. You're looking at almost $55, $50-something. This is a full pint of the gold. He thinks I need more, for some reason, more gold. So he gave me a pint, or sold me a pint. 1 pint, $80-something. Okay. Not cheap. So anyway, let's go look at what we got in with the paints, and I'm gonna go from there. Okay, we just got back from the paint shop, and we got all our goodies. Okay. Now these are 2 colors. Remember the car has 2 colors. It's like a gold color and a brown. And we gotta paint the plastic. Okay, so let me see what we got. Give me all the data sheets with all the information on what I need to do. And then the order I need to paint everything. Okay. So, first we're going to do is we're going to spray this. Okay, now we're only going to do one color at a time. We're going to spray this, okay? It's adhesive promoter. So before we do that, we're actually going to take this cloth. It's like a sandpaper, very light. We're going to put a light coat on it, and then we're going to wash the surface real good with soap and water before we bring it in our shop. Okay, and then once we get everything in the shop caked up, then we come back with this. It's in a spray can. We're just going to spray it. It's adhesive promoter, and then we don't wait long, 10 or 15 minutes. So meanwhile, when we get ready to spray this, we're going to have our first coat ready to go. I call it number 2. It's the second. Okay, and it is. Here's our data sheet. Okay, it's a urethane sealer. Okay, we got to go with the urethane sealer. Okay, and here it is right here. We got a quart. Now it's going to be enough for both colors, but we're only going to do one color at a time. Okay, because the other color is going to be caked off. So we're going to mix this in our spray gun. All right, now we have a mixture. The data sheet tells you all about the mixtures. Okay. Now this is the reducer. The reducer is going to go in all these paints. And I have measuring cups. The data sheet's going to tell me exactly how much reducer to put in, but I have measuring cups for each different one I'm going to do. He gave me these measuring cups. Okay, and we got paint filters, stirring sticks. Anyway, we're on number 2. Okay, remember reducer goes into everything. Okay, so we're going to mix this according to the instructions, and there's a hardener that goes with it. So these two go together with the reducer. So you got 3 things that go in there. So we're going to mix that up, put it in the gun. And I'm thinking it's got a pot life of, I don't know, a couple hours. So we're going to mix that first before spraying this. Because as soon as we spray this, in 15 minutes, we're ready to start painting with our paint gun, with our spray gun. Okay, so we mix that up. Like I said, I'm calling that number 2. And this is number 1 coat. All right, now the third coat is going to be this right here. Now you put reducer in here. Okay. This takes a reducer. It doesn't have a hardener, but it has a reducer. And these are the 2 different colors. This is the brown, and this is the gold. The brown's about a half a can, and this is the gold. Okay. I didn't get a full can of the brown. This gold was $80 for this little bitty bottle, little bitty can. This was $40-something. None of this is cheap. And also, like I said, reducer's going to go in that too. The reducer. Okay, now once that's done, these are both 3. I might mark this one as 3, and the other one as 2. Okay, they both marked as 3 because it's the third coat. Whatever color I'm going with. Then once that's done, the last coat is going to be the clear. Now this is the clear coat. I'm calling it number 4. It's going to be the last coat, the clear coat. Now the clear coat takes, pretty sure it takes reducer, and it's all on the data sheet. Yeah, it takes reducer. You put reducer in that also, and you measure. These cups he gave me tells me the ratio, whatever ratio I'm doing. Okay, 4 to 1, 5 to 5 to 1, whatever the ratio is, according to the data sheet. Okay. So there we are. We got all the paint in, and it's far from being cheap. If you've been any painting lately, far from being cheap. Okay, right here in this box, you're looking at $400. Right at $400. Everything you see right here in this box. That's $400 worth of paint. Okay. So, paint gun. Okay, now everything is sprayed. Okay. So I have it written somewhere. Everything is sprayed, of course, except for the spray can. Everything is sprayed with the nozzle tip. Okay, right here. 1.3 to 1.6 millimeter. My gun is a 1.4, so I fall right into place with the gun. So 1.4 millimeter tip will be just right for spraying it. Okay, and then here's my paint gun. And so like I said, right in the middle, ready to go. Brand new paint gun, ready to go. And the cup above them. And once I get started with this stuff, I'm going to go get another paint gun. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to have a backup paint gun just in case I need it. I'm going to need it. So that way, I got $400 worth of paint and I got a $20 paint gun. So I'm gonna get a backup. Okay. Now all this is cleaned up. You can clean your gun with lacquer thinner. Okay. You can take lacquer thinner and put in your gun, and it'll clean. Now this gun might not be worth cleaning. It's a nice gun. It's heavy. It's real nice. It's cheap, Harbor Freight. Okay, we're gonna see how it's gonna spray. Okay. If it doesn't spray the first one, then I'll get another gun. I have some other guns, so we're gonna get something that's gonna work. Okay. Now, right now, my shop is not rigged up for painting, so I broke out my paint regulator. Now I have a regulator. It's a dryer also. It's a filter. And the dryer keeps the moisture out of your paint. Okay, so you best put that on your compressor. All right. We're gonna take a look, and I'm gonna show you my my regulator, how I'll set up. Okay, we're rigging up the paint. Got our 3-cylinder air compressor. Okay. Problem is, the regulator's not working. This is the dryer. You can remove your air, or water rather. Open that little valve, drop this is supposed to fill up with water, if there's any water in the line. Well, it's not getting, it'll only go to 20 pounds no matter how much I turn the regulator. So, we're off to go get another regulator. Not working. I have another paint gun. I have this little paint gun here, if I need to go to another paint gun. This is with a big cup. All I need is that little one with the gravity flow cup, the little small cup. That should be plenty. Should be plenty of room there. Okay, so we're going off to get us another regulator. Can't paint without a good regulator. And you want this is actually turned down like that. You want this to catch your water, and this is a filter. Your water goes in here, filters the air. And then of course this goes to your paint gun. So we're off to get another regulator. We're getting lined up to paint. Okay. We're getting everything together for painting. And like I said, my dryer and my regulator no longer working, the large one. So I got two paint guns. Okay. And they have the right size orifice. That I'm going to use. Okay. So anyway, so what it is. paint gun actually comes with this regulator. So I'm going to use this for my regulator. Alright, this should screw on right here. This will screw on right here. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of the regulator. Now, the water, the dryer and the filter, the water. Okay. I'm going to use this little thing right here. We're going to take the compressor and get, of course, all the water out of it that we can. There's going to be some residue in the bottom of it. We're going to get it out. Anyway, then this is also, this gets rid of your water. There's a little weep thing you press right here to get rid of your water. And this should screw in. This should screw in right here. There we go. Okay. And then of course the hose will attach here, and you'll be, I'll be holding it like this when I'm spraying. So that way the water, any water will get down here, and I can look and see if there's any water in it while I'm spraying. And then all I gotta do is press this little button right here, and it'll get rid of it. And this one will be plenty enough paint for what I'm gonna do. All right. What I did, I bought a backup gun. Okay, it's the same gun. It's a backup gun just in case I could run into a problem with this. The cups are the exact same thing, it's the exact same gun. So if I should get in a major bind, I can switch the tips around, or if I can't get the gun, the gun going, I can always take the cup off of here. It might be messy because it's going to be full of paint, and put it on the other gun. Just a precaution. Paint cleans up a lacquer thinner. Okay. Now, some people say it's not even worth cleaning the gun for these cheaper guns. This was 1995. They both were 1995. This one, they're running a special right now. This one comes with the pressure gauge and the regulator. Okay. This one I paid $19.95 for, just the gun. And then I bought this separate. This little, it's like to get the water out. Anyway, kind of long. That ain't nothing. And then when you fill it with paint, you'll have a little weight to it, which just ain't no big deal. And you just sit there and spray. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So that's where we are. We're getting this thing ready. Now we pretty much, I got to get my shop ready. I got some, I bought some of that real light visqueen. Real thin like a visqueen sheeting. Then I'm going to cover the things I don't want to get overspray on. And I'm going to have to take my motorcycle and a few other things out of my shop, clean it up to where I can drive the car in. And of course the weather's not real hot right now, and it's not cold. So when I got my reducer, I got a medium reducer. The reducer goes by temperature, and the reducer, this is medium, so this is about medium temperature. So we got a medium reducer. So I just thought I'd add that. So when you're getting your reducer, it goes by the temperature that you're painting. Okay. So we're getting all this ready to go. So we got the paint. So now it's to clean out, get the shop ready, and we'll prepare our surface and mask everything off, and then come back and paint. Now, I'm painting 2 colors. So I was looking at the data sheet, and I think I have to wait 72 hours before I can tape off from one color to the next. Is what I'm trying to say. So before I can actually put tape on the paint, I should wait at least 72 hours. Now that's a rule of thumb. Now the base coat, the primer and the other coats dry with a hardener. Okay. The base coat doesn't, and neither does the first coat that I spray on there. It doesn't dry with a hardener. Okay, so something with a hardener you can pretty much time it, and I'll imagine it'll be pretty much the same. Other stuff has to flash off, so I might go a little bit longer. And there's a little trick you can use. You can take your tape, and now the tape really doesn't stick super good to start with, but you take it and you put it on your blue jeans, if your pants, you take the sticky part of the tape and just touch it on there, and it won't adhere as much, but it'll keep the paint from getting on your surface. So I might go more than 72 hours, and it's not going to hurt to go more than 72 hours. Okay, that's where we're at. So we actually have, we actually have 8, take that back, 6 different times I need the gun. Okay. Okay, that's 6 times I'm going to use the gun. So that's six times I got to clean it. Okay, it's 3 times per color. That's 4 coats on there. This adhesion promoter. Okay, this of course is in a spray can, so that's the first coat, so we don't have to use the gun. But the other 3 coats for each color. So you're looking at 6 times. So that's why I got an extra gun, just in case I have any problems with it. I'll get tired of cleaning it and throw it out. So this, like I said, lacquer thinner, and I have plenty of time between the coatings to clean the gun. I can always take one gun, spray, pull it apart, put it soaking in a lacquer thinner. If I need to go faster, grab the other gun and paint the next coat, and then come back to the first gun. You know. Anyway, I might get another gun. They're like $19.95 a piece. They're not cheap. And right now you can get a regulator one. So this doesn't come with it, but the regulator does. So I might run over there, Harbor Freight, and buy another one. And as cheap as they are, now they're very good. They're throwaway guns, as you call them. All right, that's where we're at.